Hi, welcome back. This is the basics of streaming part 2. Now that you're getting ready to start streaming some TV, you're going to want to know what are your options out there and just how to navigate through all the different types of streaming services that you can get into. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the basic streaming services that I have. There's a lot of popular ones out there, but this would at least give you a guide on how to navigate through some of the different services that are out there, how to use them, and make it less intimidating for those of you who are just getting started with streaming. And before we get started, if you like this video, if it makes life a little bit easier for you, please leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and check out some of my other videos. All right, the first one I'd like to go over with you is YouTube TV. Okay, right here at the top, you'll see it's highlighted to home. I could go over to library or live TV. Now, library, let's go over that real quick. If I come down here, it has some different buttons that I can click. New for you, recently recorded, most watched. That might be a convenient one. You can go down and see what types of shows you've watched a lot. Scheduled, another option here. Series, this is one of those things when you're setting up your YouTube TV for the first time, it asks what you like, and you can put in your preferences and it'll show up here. Same thing with sports. Put in your sports preferences. Here in Michigan, like the Michigan Wolverines, Detroit Tigers, and Detroit Lions. So you can customize that. Or this has all of your favorites that you like and you can scroll through. Now if I come back up and go to home, I could come down here and it has top picks for you. And you can scroll through that and pick out something to watch. Or you can come down to these buttons here, watch something in 4K. The Olympics is a big thing going on right now. And then I can choose that and it can give me a lot of different options for what's showing. I can look at shows, movies, sports. You could just scroll through each one of these if you want to watch football or baseball. Or you can do the same thing just by coming down here. Now if I pick the Olympics, I can look at all the different things that are showing live, what's going to be coming on later. I like this one here, resume watching. Sometimes you were watching a show and you had to stop. I was watching Expedition Unknown. I only got about halfway through it. I can continue from where I left off. Very convenient. I do like that feature. Different TV shows. Practical Jokers, if I want Expedition Unknown, Blue Bloods, I can. These are different ones that we watch on a regular basis. I can just go right to that and it shows me all the options. Okay, we have an add to membership section here. Add to your library. Multi-view. Maybe you're someone that, need a lot of different things to stimulate you and you want to have 4 different channels going at the same time. You can do that. Sports. You can click right through, see all the different things that are showing live or coming up later in the day. Upcoming games. Great feature there. News. We have top news stories, dramas for rent or purchase. So if you want to watch a movie, it's sort of like going to the video store back in the day and you can just rent a movie and watch it if it's something that you don't have a subscription to. Great thing with this is no late fees. Family section, comedy section, documentary series, horror dramas, cooking shows, and the list just goes on and you can go down. Now, I do know that this can be a little bit overwhelming. You come down here, you can just look at your different networks. Maybe you like Animal Planet, you can go right to that. Now, let's jump back up to the top here, because if some of you are just getting started with streaming for the first time, this can be very overwhelming. So I'm going to go to live TV. If you're used to cable, this is going to be the closest thing. It's almost identical to it. Once I click live, I'm going to go down a couple clicks here, and this is my channel list. I have Ion, the Learning Channel, HGTV, and this is stuff that is playing live. I can just go right down here and pick something to watch. So let's go back up. Let's look at the Food Network Chopped. I click on it. Takes just a second here. I'm watching live TV just like before. So you don't have to go through and go, what am I going to do? Trying to, go through all these different lists and everything. Now I just hit the little back arrow here if I want to change channel, and I can go down and do that. Okay. So this is one of those options that I really like with YouTube TV is, oops, hit a wrong button there. Let's just go back. I was trying to hit up there, and you have your three choices up top here: your library, your home, or watching live TV. All right. Now, the next one I'd like to go over with you is one of probably the original Netflix. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to bring up my account. Now, Netflix is going to be more movie based. Okay. Now, I can click to the left here, go down. I have a search. If there's a specific movie that you want to watch, you can come over here and you can just scroll through and start typing what it is that you want, and it'll pop up if they have it. Netflix does not have every movie ever made. They have a lot of movies out there. I don't even know the number, but it's a significant amount. It does change from time to time. Sometimes each month they will drop some movies off and they'll add some movies on. But it gives you some suggestions down here. Let's say I want to watch Avengers Endgame. I can click on that and see if it's something that came up. And it does not look like they have Avengers Endgame, because that would have popped up. Okay. So let's say I want to watch Spider-Man. I just go up, start typing in Spider-Man, and I can click over here. And like I mentioned a minute ago, this one right here is leaving soon. This one is leaving soon as well. So this gives me all the different options that they have on here for Spider-Man. If I go back to the left here, underneath search is home. I have new and popular shows. Netflix does have some shows that it puts on specific to Netflix. And it has movies, categories, and you can create your own list. So let's go back home. Going to scroll down. Again, it kind of gives me some categories here. I have high octane action with lots of laughs, because that seems like it goes together. Continue watching. Again, for example, Cobra Kai is a series that they have on there, only available on Netflix. Vikings Valhalla is on there. You can go ahead and scroll through those top searches. Scroll through, see what you like. It's got movies for kids, suspenseful movies, top picks. Sometimes you don't know what you want to watch. This would kind of give you some suggestions as you scroll through. And this gives you the top 10 movies in the USA today. According to who, I don't know, but this is Netflix version of the top 10 movies if you're trying to see what a bunch of other people are into and watching. And then you can, again, just scroll through as you can see all the different categories. Here's, okay, so this was coming soon, so you can kind of see what's going to be on Netflix soon. It has a little remind me if it's something that you really wanted to watch. So Netflix, pretty straightforward, gives you a lot of options. I will mention this. I showed you earlier the search feature on here. If you come through here and you're just looking, you might not see something that you really would like to watch. Utilize that search function that was over on the left, because if you come up to here, type it in, if it's on Netflix, it'll bring it up. Okay, so there you have Netflix. Very similar to Netflix's Hulu. I am going to show you, though, the difference between Hulu and Netflix. Okay, so you can see it has a very similar look to Netflix. It has different categories that you can go through. It has a continue watching. The difference between the two is Hulu will have a lot of things that is on like regular TV. You see here, like Impractical Jokers, Blue Bloods, and a variety of different ones. The Food That Built America, Law and Order. So this has a lot of regular TV shows that you can watch on there. And that's why I got Hulu along with Netflix. I like the History Channel. That was something that wasn't included with the YouTube TV that I wanted, so Hulu had it. And if I scroll down through here, you can see the different categories. All right. You can see here, Pawn Stars available on History Channel. So a lot of different History Channel things as well. So that's something that I wanted to have. Blockbuster movies, you can scroll through that as well. Hulu has the same type of thing. It has search, it has home, TV. You click on that. Again, you have your different categories across the top. Newly added, popular, all TV networks. So this is what I kind of really got Hulu for, even though we do have a tendency to watch some movies on here as well. So you have A&E, ABC, CBS, and you can see all the different ones they have. Now, if I wanted something just on the History Channel, I can click on that. It'll open it up, show me all the different things that they have. So there is your Hulu. Let's get it all the way back here. Movies, news, my stuff, hubs, settings. You can customize things for yourself. So there's Hulu in a nutshell. All right, next one up, Disney Plus. Now you might think Disney Plus is just really for kids, but I'm going to show you why it's great for adults as well. Okay, so when Disney comes up, you have this scrolling videos or movies across the top, kind of shows you, and you can speed it up by pressing the right or left arrow, shows you some of the cool things up. When you come down here, this would be a Disney tab. You could click on that and it shows you all things Disney, Pixar, some of the different movies that they make. Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, and Disney Plus and Hulu they're connected. So you can just click right on here and have Hulu, but if you could subscribe to Hulu separately, you get way more. Okay? So if you just like your regular classical Disney, you can click on this, and it's going to give you a lot of different options here. It has some different originals. You have Walt Disney Animated Studios, K-pop idols, and you can, sing-alongs. So you have all these different ones. Vintage Disney. So it gives you a lot of the older things from way back in the day. So it gives you lots and lots of different options here. And it's loading more now. You can see it goes on and on. Let's hit the back button here. I'm going to go to Marvel. Very popular over the last probably decade or so. They had some featured things, character. So let's say I do want to go, hey, I like Spider-Man. I want to watch. It'll bring up all the different Spider-Man movies that they have. Ant-Man, the Hulk, Thor. You can go through and see all the different movies. You can come down to the MCU Infinity Saga, the Multiverse Saga, the movie timeline. This one puts them in order. So if you're just getting started with it, it's a great way to watch the Marvel movies, starting with Captain America. This is not the order that they were created in. It's more of like the timeline of the years, so that it would kind of put them in order that way. And you can just watch it all the way through. Lots of watching here. So I mentioned this was great for adults. If you like Marvel, this would get you a ton of viewing. And this, they have a lot of little things here, little shows that they added you probably never even heard of. X-Men is on here, so you can watch a lot of that. Deadpool. So a lot to get you started or continuing with your Marvel series. Next up, Star Wars. Again, not all just for kids. It has all your Star Wars ones. And it has your original. You have your movies. They have a lot of different, so like the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and you can go through each one of the Star Wars movies. You don't have to buy this stuff anymore and have them on DVD. You can sit here and you can watch it anytime that you want. And once you have Disney Plus, you don't have to pay for like each one to watch. You just get to watch these whenever you want. They have different series that they put on here. Here's one about Obi-Wan Kenobi, Boba Fett. This was a really popular one, Mandalorian. So you can go through, again, tons and tons of content to watch. So there you have Disney Plus. So one of the reasons that I got rid of cable was our local sports teams, baseball, hockey, basketball, was on Bally Sports. And our cable provider couldn't come to agreements and drop Bally Sports, so I could not watch my local teams play anymore. So I had to get Bally Sports as an app. So this here will give you a lot of your local teams and things that you would like to watch. For example, Detroit Tigers are playing the Royals. I can, if there's a game coming up, I can watch it, or I can do replays. I really like the feature on here is that if I missed a game, a lot of people like to record them. You don't have to record it. I could just go back and replay the game anytime I want. So that's very convenient. They're not playing right now, but if they were, let's say it was halfway through the game, I can go on there and watch it live, or I could click a button. I wish I could show you this right now. I could click a button that says replay from the beginning, and I can watch the game right from the beginning. So that's a very, very convenient feature. I do want to mention something about Bally Sports. When I got it, it must have been a couple weeks to a month, I was having a very difficult time watching the games on the app. One of the things that was happening was it got very glitchy. Like the pitcher would start to throw the ball and then it would become very jittery and then it would freeze and then you would hear the crack of the bat and then all of a sudden you see the ball in the outfield. And I was like, this thing really sucks. It's not working well at all. And I was getting very upset about it. Then something happened. And I don't know why, I don't know if it was just me, but if this is happening to you, look into it. I was streaming off of a Fire Stick, which is a little different than the Roku. Now, on the Fire Stick that was down in my living room, all this stuff was happening like I just mentioned. When I went to my other TVs and I went on the Roku, it was working perfectly fine. It looked just as great as watching it on cable TV. So I changed out the Apple Fire Stick that I had for a Roku, and everything has been perfect since. Now, again, I don't know if it was just mine. Maybe something was wrong with my Fire Stick. I'm not coming down on those. But if you're having a problem with that, look into it. Maybe your streaming device is old, or it's a little less expensive, cheaper one. Whatever the case may be, that was just my experience. All right. Now, if you like to watch YouTube, that's probably how you're watching this video. You can watch it right on your TV now as well. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Great. And you can just start watching your YouTube videos that you love so much right on here. Continue watching Lon's cool stuff or whatever else that you're going to be watching. And you can do that right here on your TV now. Great place to do that. So easy. Now let's touch on a couple of free streaming devices or channels. The Roku channel. If you have a Roku device, you get to stream some TV for free. Let's take a quick peek at it here. It does have live TV. So here's going to be the thing with live TV. You might go, well, why do you get YouTube TV then? And it's just because, while this does have some things, you can see Ion TV. That's a great one there. But as I kind of scroll through, a lot of these channels I haven't really heard of. It doesn't mean that they don't have good content. It's just, here, Unsolved Mysteries. That's a good one. Remember that one. But let me kind of scroll through here. A lot of these, some of them I heard of, but a lot of them I haven't. But this is great here because you get all this for free with the Roku. So if you didn't want to pay to subscribe to YouTube TV, Hulu, or any of the other ones that are out there, you can still watch TV and you can still get some good shows. And you can go over here, all channels, recommended, favorites. You can create your own favorites. To be honest, I didn't even know that this part was here until I started doing this, so I haven't even added anything. I'm thinking I'm going to start to go through it. I know my wife has been using the Roku channel lately. One of her new favorite TV shows is available to us on Roku channel. So You can kind of scroll through here, sports, it'll show you anything that they have available, baseball, basketball, football. So there we have the Roku channel. Another one, this is kind of came up, this is one of the tiles when I put my Roku on here, and this one's called Plex. Let's take a quick peek at what's on Plex. To be honest, I never really heard of Plex before, but it was on here. I took a look at it. And again, you can see CSI, Transformers. It has some good stuff on it. Again, this one you do not pay for. It was free. So, can't beat free. So, it's worth taking a look at, going through. So if you have the availability, take a look at Plex. It has a lot of cool features for you as well. And again, like most of these, you can just click right over to the side. Home has a watch list, live TV again. So I could click right onto live TV and just scroll down, and it gives me a lot of different channels. Okay, this one here, NFL channel. Okay, that's not the NFL network, I don't think. It says the NFL channel, but you can watch some football. I don't know if it has live games or not. They have Ion Mystery. So a lot of different channels, Modern Marvels. I used to like to watch that a lot. So scroll through. There's a lot of different channels for you to watch. All right, right next to it you see Tubi, free movies and TV. Again, if it's free, before you start going out and subscribing to a lot of different things, take a look at a lot of the free ones that are out there. As long as you have like a Roku, a Fire Stick, a smart TV that's compatible, there's a lot of options out there for free. And you can see this has some pretty big movies as well. So recommended, on now, it has things playing just like live TV. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I think with Netflix, leaving soon. Things don't stay on here forever. They could be on here for months or longer. But then they eventually go away and they get new stuff. Continue watching. So let's go over here, scroll to the left. We have categories, TV shows, live TV again. So you could sit there and watch this and see, once I click that, I just go over here, I just scroll down like I did with cable. It's really not that difficult. I know at first it can be overwhelming if you're new to this. For those of you that are younger, maybe you've grown up with this, you'll figure it out really quickly. But if this was intimidating for you at all, it's really not that hard. And you can pick and watch live TV. So there you have it. So there's a lot of other popular streaming services out there. There's Hulu Live, there's Sling, there's Fubo. There's a lot of different ones. These are the ones that I went with. I hope it at least gives you an idea of how the streaming services work, what they look like, and make you feel a little bit more comfortable. If you get a chance, please like the video, comment, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos.